Jake Adams from Valkyrie.
We're Valkyrie. Thanks for coming out. It's great to see all you guys.
Thank you. Things you could say, yeah, I mean, it's always been skewed now with the internet and stuff. But there really did used to be an underground more so because it was you had to get a hold of just the printed out newsletters and catalogs that labels would send out and stuff, so, and it was all mail by mail, and so it was a lot different. The line between underground and mainstream was very clear, but now it's skewed because of the mass media stuff, which is really interesting to look into. But I don't see that will grow. But we're in the South, okay? We're in the Shenandoah Valley. It's rural. I grew up in the country. I'm not a city person. Harrisonburg is actually kind of a big city for my taste. Yeah. Like the feel of the country, and of course you're gonna want to consider like the imagery of it and how it comes across and what your basic whole statement is. But I come out because the lyrics are positive and just appreciate what we're doing. Yeah. Find that people that dig Valkyrie turn out to be pretty cool people usually. Like I just kind of there's some wavelengths sharing there. That's why that's what just makes me so grateful at the end of every show is that feeling of just a shared connection. Have that sense of community, because community, it's a rare and it's getting more rare, and so I believe in this day and age, especially being intentional about trying to create community, and so. As much as a rock band can try to do stuff like that, I'd like to think that I've contributed to the sense of that over the years, hopefully. You put out energy, the crowd receives it, they put it back to you, and that's what makes it so much fun. That's why Harrisonburg, you can't really beat it. The love is here real strong. Like, you really vibe off each other, and you really feel like this kind of gratitude at the end of the show. You really do, not only because everyone's like, yeah, but... you just feel like it's appreciated, and it's such a mutual thing. Like I'm really thanking the crowd. Like hopefully they get that. Yeah. They feel the sense of brotherhood or whatever, sisterhood. They feel like they're part of something already. Simplicity, is kind of a rural value, and this area, it's like our simplicity, just the structures of the songs. I guess it kind of goes with the rest of the message that we're putting down. It's city-country dichotomy and how it represents like the larger like battle that we're in. If I can contribute to a positive environment, then I'll be happy. A lot of musicians say, I'll never sell out. That's the whole deal. What would you do? Like, what would it take for you to sell out? Type thing. And everybody probably. I'm not going to say everybody has their point, but I think a lot of people don't realize they've maybe sacrificed something along the way, or like when they started they had one vision, but then they saw these opportunities, ended up doing something that maybe would be considered selling out or whatever. But I think, mainstream music, it's part of a capitalist machine, and there's a formula that's applied, and if you apply that formula, it's very successful. But that shouldn't be the reason. It tends to, you end up losing some of the quality in that process.
Chris Brooms.
Zach Brooms. Jason Brooms. Tavin Brooms.
You. This guy.
There's a lot of history in this town. There's been a lot of bands that came from here and come through here. A lot of times,
it's like there's always a band.
It's pretty vibrant for such a small town. I would think.
It's definitely there. The influence is there.
Yeah, there's a sense of community.
You work a lot harder. Well, I
you
work a lot harder.
A sense of community, if you will. You want there to be a sense of community.
Like they said, for such a small place on the map, there's a vibrant scene, which is surprising. Kind of this little pocket of music and surrounded by pretty much nothing.
It's pretty much about we're having fun, hopefully helping other people have fun by playing at a party or
making friends, building a sense of community and just meeting people, that you wouldn't normally meet.
And, you know, when it comes down to it, it is still a small town.
It's hard to pin a Bremer's fan. Friends.
It's mainly friends.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's definitely people out there that we don't know that come to see us.
Drunk people. Drunk people.
But
yeah, we're not big showmen. You know, there's not a whole lot of flash. We're just hoping to play the song as well as we can.
You know, and
That's all we can ask for.
And with the case being that you're basically playing for the same people every time, it comes down to the band playing.
Yeah, you want to make an impression, but there's not a whole. I mean, you know, there's not a whole lot of gimmick going on or anything like that. There's not a whole lot of, like I said, flash. So like, you just hope that the music speaks for itself.
And there's like a lot of that heckling that, you know, is like irritating.
It's good to play a show and have a lot of people that want to see you and hang out, and it's, you know, it's a good time. But also, sometimes it's hard to get a whole lot of satisfaction in just playing for your friends.
rock and roll.
Drugs.
Sex.
Okay, answer this one.
No,
I don't think there is a
We don't
real
really have
constant
much of a
message.
message,
You
yeah.
know.
our songs aren't really very topical or message oriented. Yeah, it's like, and they're mostly about personal life.
Yeah, it's pretty introspective. So you hope that someone can find something that they can connect to, but
We can relate to it.
yeah, hopefully to just be able to continue to do it. By, you know, we're not. It comes from being an independent band. We're not really worried about living off of the music that we make. We just, you know, express yourself, but you know, it's so hard to make money doing it that, you know, that's kind of an unreal goal to have. I think, you know, getting big or getting famous or something like that. I think the way we all look at it is pretty unique to growing up here and the way that people look at music around here. Because I don't really even care to be that successful.
I just think
successful.
in the history of like underground music, I think it's mainly just about having fun. And I think that, you know, you could turn to a mainstream CD or an underground CD, or you can have fun at a big mainstream show or show where there's 10 people there.
Yeah, music is music pretty much across the board. You take what you can get out of any type of music. You know, none of us listen to just mainstream music, or none of us just listen to pop music. We don't write off a band because it's pop or real popular or mainstream, and we don't write off a band because they're too underground. You just, you know, it's all subjective. I think what defines selling out is compromising or your values or something. Yeah.
Other things besides your own personal.
If you do something that you wouldn't normally do because there's money involved or there's some other, you know, reward involved, that's selling out.
Just be sure to bring a craft services table to the Cinnamon Band interview.